Good morning, YouTube. Thank you for checking in to my channel. Today, I would like to share some of my experience with RLS, which is called Restless Leg Syndrome. It was discovered by a doctor many years ago, but unfortunately, there's no test for restless leg syndrome, and often people are diagnosed with a sleep disorder, which RLS is a sleep disorder because you cannot sleep at night. It's like your legs are experiencing carbonation in your tendons and your veins, and you just can't hold still. With RLS, if you move around, you can get temporary relief, but it only lasts for about a minute and then you have to move around again. So I typically get about 4 hours of sleep at night. It reminds me of when I had a newborn and I had to get up to feed the newborn, change the newborn. It can be very debilitating if you let it control you. And some of the potential causes that are documented are some forms of antidepressants, um, iron deficiency, and I wanted to talk to you about some of the remedies that I found that I've put together. It's not an exact science. I still struggle with it quite a bit. I wouldn't consider it debilitating at this point because I've found tricks and methods to manage it. Um, you should always check with your physician anytime you look into treatment or homeopathic suggestions or cures. So that's the key point I want to put out there. I'm not a physician, I'm not an expert, I'm not a nurse, I'm not even a CNA. I'm just a person that struggles with restless leg syndrome, and I know it's really hard for people. Sometimes your doctors don't even believe you. My doctor didn't believe me, and it got worse. And if I can help somebody, that would be my goal today. So I have a whole little packet here of what I use. Normally, my restless leg syndrome starts around dusk when the sun starts to go down. I'm usually fine all throughout the day, but when the sun starts to go down, I can feel that tingling sensation. Some people feel it as a painful sensation. It's usually in the lower legs, but it can be the upper legs too. Some people experience it even in the fingertips. And these are some of my solutions, so I hope that helps. Initially, tonic water was suggested to me by a local pharmacist. And the reason why, let's see if I can zone in here. Tonic water contains quinine. Don't know if you can read that. Okay, quinine. And quinine, for some reason, has the ability to lessen the cramping in legs. So that was my first solution, and that worked for quite a while. I would just drink a couple cups of quinine water around dusk, and I'd go right to sleep, and I would be fine. As my RLS advanced, I did more research, and I found that some physicians think that RLS is caused because of a magnesium deficiency. And so last week I purchased this product at my local health food store. It's a magnesium oil roll-on. It's produced by Life Flow. There's also a spray. When you put this on your skin, you will feel a little bit of a tingle because the magnesium is in a residue of salt. So you can just wipe off the residue, and people that have sports injuries also use magnesium oil. If you have arthritis in your knee or your elbow, put a little magnesium oil on it. It may or may not work for you because all our body systems are different, but this has given me some relief. I would say probably 20%. Another product that I use is specifically called Restful Legs PM. There's 50 tablets, and these remedies are meant to be accessible and inexpensive. So that's another reason why I'm sharing with the YouTube viewers here. And it says right on it, it's homeopathic. And any health food store that you go to should carry this brand or something similar to it. You just take 2 tablets and put it under your tongue, let it dissolve, and I found probably 40% success with this product, so I would recommend this product. One of my biggest changes is every single day I take a tablet of iron. This is from Spring Valley, which is a brand name that you may be familiar with. I'm starting out with 65 milligrams. I have seen people online that have had to have iron intravenously to treat their RLS. So there may be a connection because some of the success stories are pretty amazing. This seems to be helping me quite a bit. However, if you take too much iron, be ready to have some stomach cramps. And once again, always ask your doctor, especially if you are on heart medicine or if you have any kind of ailment. It's always important to not just dive into something that you're seeing on YouTube, that you need to speak to a professional. So, iron supplements. I also recommend VitaReds. This product is powdered vitamins. It's concentrated. You only need a little tiny bit. And this is probably one of the more expensive products that I use on a regular basis. It's got a little bit of a chalky aftertaste, so I'll put it in yogurt. I'll make a smoothie with it. And it is a dietary supplement, so you know, I try to avoid donuts and cakes and bagels and things like that because for some reason they seem to exasperate the RLS condition that I have. And I try to avoid snacking after 6 p.m. And I've increased my water intake probably by about 70%. You know, you're going to be running to the bathroom a lot, but at least you'll be able to get some sleep at night. A lot of time I will get up at night and I'll just walk my hallway. There is a Restless Leg Syndrome organization that you can find online, and they do have a newsletter, and it's called Night Walkers because it's just impossible to sleep for many individuals that have RLS. They have to get up, they have to fidget, and I've even considered, you know, reading a book at night or watching a late night television program, you know, writing in a journal what's been successful for me as far as my RLS. And I hope this was helpful to you. This is my little basket of help, and I'll just put everything out where you can see it again. And iron-rich foods, if you don't like taking pills or supplements, I always have spinach in the freezer now. Once again, drinking a lot of water. Kale. Kale is like a superfood for everything. If you're going to use kale, you have to cut the leaves off from the middle and the stem and cook it. There's various ways to cook kale. Maybe I'll put some recipes up, but you don't want to cook away all the vitamins. So the closer you can have spinach or kale to its natural form without over sauteing it would be beneficial to you. So that's my advice for restless leg syndrome, and I hope it helps everyone. Have a good day.